All right, thanks, Andre, and thanks, Connor. And I'll be extremely unoriginal, Connor, and ask you the same question I just asked Nuge. Obviously, Leon's nomination for the Hart Trophy is pretty significant today. I mean, look, you've got to play with him. I think we knew he could be a very, very good player. In your mind, when did you start seeing Leon as like an awesome player who couldn't just be like a really good player in the league, but like he's become for this year, one of the top three players in the league?
Yeah, I mean he's been a good player for a long time now. Obviously, he was great this year. Huge for us in all situations, and that's a super big accomplishment for him. Definitely happy to see him be recognized like that.
Next question will be from Derek Van Dies. Derek, as soon as your microphone's unmuted, you can ask your question.
Hey, Connor, lots of work on the power play and penalty kill today. I just wanted to get your opinion on what makes your power play so special and why was it so effective for you guys this season?
Our power play is good because we got good players. Ultimately, we can put together some good players out there. Obviously, myself, Nuge, Drat, Cleffer are out there most of the time, and Nealer and Chaser kind of switch out in the net front. And there's some pretty good players that read well off each other. Gully's done a great job working with us for a couple of years now, and we've been able to run the same power play for 2 years now. So we have lots of different looks. We don't have to be stuck in one position. It's all very fluid, and that's been fun to be a part of it.
Next question from Tony Brar. Tony, as soon as your microphone is active, go ahead.
Connor, in the playoffs, 5-on-5, it really tightens up for both teams. So how much of a separator can that power play be in terms of getting you wins and moving on?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be big for your special teams. It's so big. 5-on-5, like you said, it does tighten up, and there's not a whole lot there. Power play can get you timely goals, and your penalty kill needs to keep those goals out of your own net. So it can definitely be a difference maker.
Next question, Jim Matheson. Jim, as soon as your microphone's active, you can go ahead.
Connor, I asked Nuge this question. What is the difference in your mind between the most outstanding player and the most valuable player? I mean, I know the players vote on the most outstanding, and we vote on the most valuable. Is there any difference, or how do you tell who's more valuable than anybody else in the National Hockey?
I mean, I think players are just voting for who they view the MVP as. They word it differently, I guess, but I think it's pretty much the same thing. It was just two different groups voting for it. So either way, Leon's deserving of both.
Next question, Daniel Nugent-Bowman. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hey, Connor, I know you're a really big team guy. You're mostly concerned, obviously, about what happens in terms of wins and losses. But I'm just curious, you finished second in league scoring, and you weren't one of the finalists for either the Lindsay or the Hart. Do you think there's something a little bit off with that in terms of maybe the type of award or the definition of them, for somebody to finish second in the league and not be nominated or not be a finalist, rather?
It doesn't matter what I think. All that matters is what the finalists are, and obviously all three guys are the same for both. So obviously the players and the media are on the same page, and all three guys are very deserving.
Next question from Tony Brar. Tony, go ahead.
Nugent Hopkins says he expects Leon to win both awards. Just wanted to get your take on that and how you think Leon's going to fare against his competition.
He probably should, but I don't have a lot of faith in the media voting, so I don't know who's going to win, but it should be Leon. I think the players will get it right and they'll vote Leon, but you never know with that media.
Next question, Jim Matheson. Jim, as soon as your microphone's active, go ahead.
I won't respond to that. I'll leave that one alone. The question I have for you is, you're getting ready to go into the hub. Are you taking anything special in there? You can't take your dog in there. I already asked Nuge. So is there anything you might want to take in there for possibility of a couple of months that you couldn't do without?
That's a good question. I haven't thought too much about it. I mean, there's not going to be a ton to do, so there's going to be lots of time to hang out with the guys and watch games or just sit around and talk. I completely know what we're going to do, but you know, it's obviously we're there for a reason, and we're there to win games, and we have to be focused on that.
We'll take one final question from Adam Cook. Adam, as soon as your microphone's active, and go ahead.
Connor, obviously, every guy that makes it to the NHL is ultra competitive. But on any given night, how would you describe Leon's level of competitiveness just going in for any game? Doesn't really matter what it is. But how would you just kind of characterize his level of motivation and competitiveness?
I mean, any guy that leads the league in scoring and you know, puts up those type of numbers and you know, plays penalty kill and does all that type of stuff, you know, that's a sign of consistency, and that's a sign of you know, bringing it each and every night. It's not an easy league. It's not an easy league to produce in, but someone to do that each and every night, like he's done for a few years now, honestly, it's obviously impressive, and you know, it's fun to be. You know, play with them and work with them.